Hi guys, today we're going to cook and prepare black beans. Black beans, frijoles negros, are a wonderful dry bean that we'll prepare on using the pressure cooker, and we'll store it for future times that we need to use it. I'm not going to make a full meal out of it today, but I want you to see how we can make black beans and freeze them and use them later. From the clock here you can see it's about 1:30, and I know that the label in the back is too small to see. Maybe you can see some of it. But the parts I look at and concentrate on with most things is I check the amount of protein. So this is 9 grams of protein per, here, quarter cup dry beans, or 9 grams of protein per 38 grams of dry beans. So we get an idea how much protein we get. And there's all, of course, there's no salt, no additives, no nothing. So we're going to start by, so to finish this, we just need some water, our pressure cooker that you need to become a real whiz at using, and the beans. Then afterwards we'll pack it away in some plain old sandwich bags and freeze them for other times when we want to use them. So I'm going to start out in one of these containers. There is 16 ounces, which here is 16 ounces. 16 ounces is 2 cups. So we'll use all 16 ounces because we will freeze it. To learn about protein consumption, so all I'm doing now is I'm going to be checking it for literally eyeing it for stones or any little things that might have gotten through. For now, though, I'm going to assemble my pressure cooker, and you have to get to know yours. Mine's a pretty small one. I'm going to start some water boiling in here by turning this on. And I'm putting some water there in the bottom. It's 1:33. So I'm continuing to store it. I'm almost done. Oh, look at that. So I did get a stone finally. I love it when I do. So you can see, and with black beans you can see how hard it is to find one because they look so much alike. So here is the stone that got in. So I always feel very excited that I get a stone, because then I know I'm doing a good job. So now I'm just going to rinse these off. As you know me, I always save the water. As I rinse these off, I save the water because the water is good. And I use it on the plant. So this water I'll put on a plant later that I have in the house. And here, now in the meantime, so I've sorted it, I've rinsed it, washed it, and I've just started my water boiling for the pressure cooker. Now, I happen to like using this. It just helps me later when I clean it. And you really have to get to learn to know about your own pressure cooker. So now I've topped them both up, and I'm going to continue to assemble my pressure cooker. So that's the gasket. I'll put this on. Mine's very old, you'll see. And then here's the, what they call the weight. People call it the weight. Now, it's on high now. As soon as it boils and it's under pressure, the steam will come out of here and it'll get this dirty. But again, it's just water, so I usually put that on top. So it's on high, and it's 139. Today we are cooking black beans. Again, I read the label off to you, and I'll put that on the website. But the important thing for me is the protein for this particular bean is 9 grams per 1/4 cup dry. Right? It's important to note that it's the dry beans. And it's the way I find out, people always talk about protein and whatnot. The way I've learned about it is from the Physicians Committee on ResponsibleMedicine.org. You can go to their website and find the formula they use. But their formula for the amount of protein you need is, it's a recommended protein intake, which is body weight times 0.36. Gives you the recommended amount of protein intake per day. You can see there's 142, and there's nothing to see. It is getting quite hot, and there's no pressure building up yet, but it will shortly. But I would really advise you to get a good pressure cooker, one that you like, that works for you, size and all, and just learn how to use it really well, because it opens up all these meals to you that otherwise it doesn't. So it's 155. Steam. Remember, pressure cookers can be very dangerous. What's in here is under enormous pressure. If you weren't able to get this loose, which you should not be, it could explode and send all this hot stuff everywhere, including your face. So cooking with a pressure cooker, like all cooking, is a serious business. It's not to be joking around, and you do need to watch it. I want to introduce you to Daisy. A lot of you know her. Good girl, Daisy's blind. Come here, girl. Hey, girl. She's blind and she's actually going deaf too, but she has a good appetite. So while that's cooking, Daisy's blind, and she's also going deaf. And we just got her a year ago, and she has memory tumors, and we wanted to give her a good end-of-life experience. So she can still smell, though. That's good. 229. Look, see why I like to keep that on? It just doesn't spray it all over. Like that. It just keeps it much easier. And now this is very tight, so you know there's a lot of pressure in there, pressing both ways, and you can't just open it easily, and you don't want to. Again, I can't stress how dangerous cooking in general can be. And also, just so you know, some women don't even count time. They count the amount of whistles. That they call that a whistle. They count like 3 whistles for this type of bean, 2 whistles for that type of legume. It's the second whistle. I'll let it whistle one more time. Turn this off. And then I'll have to let it cool. And I really believe that a lot of the vegan and vegetarian meals aren't enjoyed as much because people don't know how to cook beans. And because I know I was that way. That was a problem I had. But once you learn with your pressure cooker, it's just a delight. So it's well worth it. Okay, it's 2:47. This has been off for a while, but it has been on. So when I tell you, you have to get used to your pressure cooker. It really is so that you get to know how much water, how much you can use at a time. But here, this is, you can see inside, it's still hot. It's very mushy. So this, a lot of people's complaints about beans is that they're not well cooked. But if you do the, the pressure cooker, then it will be done, and it's delicious. So my hands were clean. I'm going to put that there, and it's 2:52. So I'm going to say that it was done in 2:55, an hour and a half. So I divide these up, and it will be ready. I freeze it to 3. It depends on your family size. So we're a smallish family, so I just put these together. So now I have 4 of these bags, and I'll freeze them. And I have a great protein all waiting for me in the freezer. You just need to fry up some, whatever you want, green peppers, tomatoes and onions with some chili or some Mexican spice or Italian spice, anything. And these will go into the freezer. So just making one more calculation, doing the math. If it says a quarter cup dry, so just to recap, here we have 4 bags of cooked black beans. If you recall from the packet, a quarter cup of dried black beans is 9 grams of protein. And if you recall, we had 2 cups of dried beans, which is 8 quarter cups. So 8 times 9 equals 72. So the whole bag is 72 grams of protein. Then to find out in here, there's 72 grams of protein divided by 4 gives us about 18 grams of protein per bag. And they're not exact, but it's an approximate amount, so you get an idea how much protein there is. Now, the great thing is my cooking is done. These will go in the freezer, and I'll just bring them out any night when I'm in the mood for some black beans. I'll fry up some onions, tomatoes, and some other spices, and some white rice, and I'll have it all ready. And very little trash. If you look at your trash from this meal, it's this only. Not a whole bunch of boxes and plastic. Thank you. Good luck making your own.